You are listening to the Brain-Based Weight Loss Podcast. This is where you stop fighting your brain and start working with it so that weight loss can finally feel simple, sustainable, and eventually effortless. Hi guys, welcome to episode 2 of the Brain-Based Weight Loss Podcast. I'm your host, certified life and weight loss coach, Dori Sharvit. I want to share something with you today that has completely changed the way I approach weight loss and the way my clients approach weight loss, and really anything in life, but especially with weight loss. Perfectionism is not your friend when it comes to losing weight. It's actually your biggest obstacle. This is something I see over and over again with people who struggle with weight loss. It's all or nothing thinking, or otherwise known as perfectionist thinking. This is what has you stuck in that on again, off again cycle, doing really well, and then one slip up sends you back to square one. This was definitely me. I thought I had to eat perfectly, and I was actually able to keep up with it for a while. But anytime I slipped up, it was like a full identity crisis. I'm no longer the person that eats well. I don't even know who I am anymore. And from there, I would just throw in the towel, eat whatever I want, and tell myself that I would give it another go later. Today, I'm going to introduce to you a concept called B- work. And by the end of this episode, I want you to feel complete permission to stop trying to be perfect, because that's when everything changes. So let's talk about something called the A+ trap when it comes to weight loss. Most of us were taught that if you're going to do something, you should do it right. You should do it all the way. You should give 100%, 110%, give it your all. But in weight loss, that kind of advice is actually working against you. And here's why. Let's say you decide you're going to start eating healthy. You meal prep, you track everything. You're saying no to sweet treats left and right, and you feel incredible. And then one day you're super hungry, you forgot to eat on time, and you're at dinner and you order something that's not on your plan, and you think, it's okay, I've been good, I deserve this. But then after you finish the meal, the guilt sets in. You feel like you ruined everything. So you throw in the towel, and then you tell yourself, I'll try again next time. That is the A+ trap. It's not that you're weak or undisciplined. It's just that you set up a standard so high that anything less than perfect feels like a massive failure. Your brain then sees this failure as an opportunity to bring you back to your old habits, which is what your brain loves. That's why it throws stories at you like, I have no self-control, I always do this, I'm just not someone that can stick to things. They sound real, but it's just your brain missing the familiar and doing what it knows to bring you back. It's kind of like your brain is bullying you back into your old habits, and it's not because your brain is evil. It's just that your brain wants safety. Familiar equals safety to your brain. So what do we do about that? This is where B- work comes in. B- work is a concept from the Life Coach School, and it will completely change the way you approach weight loss. The idea is that instead of aiming for perfection, you aim for 80%. And guess what? Following your plan 80% consistently will get you incredible results. What happens when you aim for 80% is that thing that would have spiraled you in the past just is not a big deal anymore. You just get right back on track like it's nothing and it's barely even a thought. You can fall off, you can lose yourself for a second, completely indulge, and not make it mean anything. You just get right back to doing what you were doing. B- work is not giving up. It's not saying, I don't care about my health. It's not an excuse to eat whatever you want. It's actually a very deliberate decision to choose consistency over perfection, to choose the long game over the all or nothing cycle, because at the end of the day, weight loss is a long game. It is something that you have to do for the rest of your life. So you have to choose consistency over perfection. And when you do that, something really interesting happens. You stop fearing a slip up. You stop white knuckling every meal, and you stop needing everything to be perfect in order to feel like you're on track. And that is when weight loss starts to feel sustainable, like you can actually do this. So, why do we fall for the A plus trap in the first place? Why does our brain default to all or nothing thinking? This is actually really fascinating. All or nothing thinking didn't come from nowhere. It's something that actually used to keep us alive. Think about our ancestors in a survival environment. All or nothing, black and white thinking made total sense. That plant is either safe or poisonous. That animal is either a threat or it's not. That berry is fine to eat or it will kill you. So your brain developed this incredible ability to sort things into extremes, and it was really good at it. It kept humans alive for thousands of years. The problem is that your brain is still running that same ancient software. It still wants to sort everything into safe or unsafe, good or bad. And when it gets applied to your diet, it sounds like I'm either doing really well and I'm on track, or I've fallen off track and I'm throwing in the towel. But you're not trying to survive a predator. You are trying to lose weight. And in that context, all or nothing thinking doesn't protect you, it actually sabotages you. This is exactly why B minus work is so powerful. It's not just a mindset trick. It actually retrains your brain to function for the modern world. So by now, it's starting to get clear why B minus work actually gets you better results than trying to be perfect. And just to really bring it home, let me paint this picture for you. Imagine person A goes on a diet, they give it 100%, they are perfect, they don't have a single slip up, they meal prep, they track every bite, they never miss a workout, and they feel amazing until they don't. They have one hard week and they spiral, they fall into the A plus trap, they throw in the towel, and they don't try again for another few weeks, and the cycle repeats. Then you have person B aiming for 80%. They follow their plan most of the time. They do have slip ups. They do miss some workouts. They have meals that they weren't planning on. But here's the difference. They don't make it mean anything. They just get right back on track like it's nothing, and they never stop. Who gets better results long term? It's person B every single time, because the person aiming for 80% doing the B minus work has consistency on their side. Consistency is the secret ingredient in weight loss, especially weight loss that's sustainable. It's not the perfect meal plan, it's not the perfect workout. It's showing up imperfectly over and over again for the long game. The perfect month followed by a crash will never outperform 80% showing up the whole year. Never. So here's what I want you to take away from today. You don't need to be perfect to lose weight. You never did. What you need is to keep going, and B minus work is what makes that possible. The next time you have a slip, and you will because you're human, I want you to notice what your brain does. Notice the stories it throws at you. Notice it trying to pull you back to the familiar. And then remember, that's just your old programming. It's not who you are. It's just your brain doing what brains do. Your brain thinks this is important for survival. Acknowledge your brain for that. Thank your brain for wanting to keep you safe. And then get right back on track. Like it's nothing. Because it is. That's it for today. Have an amazing week. If you keep thinking, I know what to do, I'm just not doing it, start with my free training. It's called Why Knowing What to Do Isn't Enough for Lasting Weight Loss. You can watch it at loseitwithdory.com/free-training. And if you want personalized one-on-one support, you can book a free consult. Go to loseitwithdory.com and click Book a Free Consult. Lastly, if you're enjoying this podcast, leaving a review helps more people find it, and I would so much appreciate it. I'm so glad you're here, and have an amazing week.